Hey.
What's up with it?
Motherfuckers. Y'all don't know. If you don't know, now you know what time it is. It is the movement.
Third Eye
Worldwide Radio. Black and Brown Radio Podcast coming to you fresh and direct for your head check. Here we go, folks. Gonna clip you out, man.
Third Eye Worldwide, and we are
all you haters.
No borders, no boundaries, no gimmicks, no
they
limits.
Don't do limits.
Yeah, so here we are. This is gonna be a special podcast titled 9/11.
This is an introduction to the Black and Brown Movement Podcast. So if you're ready, keep it steady. We keep it real. We beer and bullshit.
Creemos que la civilización comenzó en África a través de la migración que llegamos a Aslan, a través de 300 años de sangre, sudor y lágrimas y 500 años de resistencia. Solo hay un par de cosas que hemos retenido a través de la valentía, la persistencia, el evangelio, la música, la cultura.
We, the Black and Brown Movement, believe that civilization began in Africa. Through the migration, we arrived in Aslan. From east to west, this makes us all people of the sun. 400 years of blood, sweat, and tears, through 500 years of resistance. There's only a few things we retain through bravery and persistence. The gospel, the culture, and the music.
What the fuck was that?
That's the Black and Brown Movement. Hip hop for the people, positive minded apparel, you know what it is.
Positive minded attitude.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so once again, man, this podcast is titled 9/11. We're looking to release this on 9/11. Not only are we honoring the folks that are fallen, but we're gonna talk about this thing, man. We of course gonna have our host, our new host, Kevin Mayman.
The Truth Mayfield.
Big Kev, the Truth Mayfield calling in.
Truth be told, we'll be calling in.
Lady Curtis Mayfield and Baker Mayfield. For those of you who do not know. And who else we got on the podcast?
Double B.
Brandon Bradford.
Back in the house. You already know.
Bitches.
What's going down with you, bro?
Chilling, man. Here to, you know what I'm saying, gain some knowledge.
Right.
And spit some knowledge, man. Either way, y'all gonna get it. Let's do this.
That's what's up.
Shots to the nuts like electric votes.
Yeah, so we waiting on Big Kev to call in, but we here.
And we want you to know this.
Yeah. We on the same side.
Black and Brown brothers.
We on the same side.
What it's all about, folks. Unity between Africano, Chicano, Uniento. It's Africanos. Or as my Brazilian brother said, it's negros. We all mayates. What's up, really though?
Hey, rest in peace to the homie Dark Side 90042, self-proclaimed king
My king.
of Northeast LA.
I miss you, my brother Gerald Hamaya.
Yes, sir. So besides Third Eye Worldwide Radio, Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast, we are also known as Beer and
Bullshit.
Popping caps and
Caps being popped like niggas popping bullets. But we keeping it positive, so the caps is what we put.
Yeah, so 9/11.
No triggers, just beer caps.
Yeah, 9/11, fellas.
Wait a minute, man. In case you didn't know.
Uh-oh. I think that's Big Kev calling in.
Coach.
Cut that. Yo, Big Kev, you in the house?
What up?
What's going down with you?
What's going on with it?
Nothing, man. We on the podcast titled 9/11.
Truth be told, in the building.
Look at all you did.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, we here. We got Double B in the house.
What up, Big Kev?
Yeah, what's going on, Dub?
Man, just another day. Just another day up in this rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Shit.
Man, glad to hear you made it through on another one.
Oh, man, I'm about to be here for good and forever. That's what I'm talking about here.
Hey, y'all, let me see if I can get some ear action going, maybe.
Okay.
Because y'all kind of cutting in and out, so we can stay clear tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. Do what you got to do.
I got mine.
Yeah, so what I wanted to
Got
do.
better?
Yeah, no, we hear you clear. As long as you can hear us is the key.
I hear you.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up. I wanted to give a quick shouts out to Netflix, man. They put out this series, with 9/11 coming up in a couple days, and we're looking to have this podcast released on 9/11. But they have a series, Netflix series. If you haven't got a chance, I would definitely suggest checking it out. So this Netflix series is called Turning Point, not 9/11 and the War on Terror. When you get a chance,
That's the one with the Snowden.
I believe so. But one thing I can tell you, because I did watch the whole series, and they're breaking it down. I mean, they break it down from 9/11 to present day, where Biden just called for the
Evacuation of troops.
the evacuation of Afghanistan.
The back out of Afghanistan.
Yeah. So they go through the entire thing, and they are including interviews from ex-government officials as well as ex-military officials who were either fired or quit based on their moral compass. You know what I'm saying? Based on the fact that they weren't agreeing with what the government and what military was doing. There was I forget her
Go
name.
ahead and give them a hand clap for that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Standing up for righteousness.
No doubt.
Some morals.
And I forget the congresswoman's name, but after the attack on 9/11, there was a congresswoman, happens to be, black woman, who was the only one to vote against giving President Bush full authority.
Maxine Waters?
No. This is a congresswoman. My apologies. I'll probably try and plug her name. Or if you check out the podcast, not the podcast, but the series from Netflix, you'll see her name. And they interviewed her a few times.
Wasn't it?
What was it?
Wasn't it to stop absolute for war? Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was basically giving President Bush
Mass destruction attack.
the full authority for full force attack.
She was like, no.
And she was the only one in Congress. Everyone else unanimously gave the authority. She was the only one who said, hey, we are the leaders, we are the government officials, and we're the ones who are supposed to have cooler heads, and maybe let's really take a look at this before giving the president.
Bombdine, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right. So yeah, she's in it.
Bodine, it ain't Bodine, it's Bodine.
She's in it.
However, I don't mean to butcher it.
Yeah, no, like I said, check out the series and you'll get her name. But I thought that was pretty important. And then the fact that these government officials and military officials who, wasn't with it. Because, when you talk about Guantanamo Bay, you talk about, Muslims in general, anybody, they had them, pinned or pegged, from a certain age to a certain age, and you happen to be Afghan or Middle Eastern or Muslim, you was getting rounded up. And
Foul ass shit.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? There was no human rights. They didn't get, fair trial. There was a lawyer who actually worked for the army who was supposed to represent some of these Afghan prisoners, and they wasn't really allowing him to do his job, and he ended up quitting. So check it out, man.
Clap for him.
It's deep, man. I just wanted to give props to Netflix for putting out the truth. I know you can relate, truth be told. And
a little bit.
Yeah, so I just wanted
to
start off with that.
That is some of the stuff that I got kind of happy with that too, because I have seen it.
Gotta be honest with you, I didn't look. I can't really speak on it much because I didn't see the entire. It's called Turning Point 9/11 and the War on Terror.
How old were you?
When this started, when this happened?
Yeah, 9/11.
Yeah.
I was 15. Remember we were talking about that last time. I was 15 and I was in homeroom class and I was watching it. But the thing that was crazy about it is I'm 15 years old watching this, and while I was watching this unfold, my mind was already at that's some bullshit.
Right
from the beginning. At 15 years old. Yeah. At 15 years old watching it, I was like, yo, this is some bullshit. America just really fucked us in the ass.
Dude,
you know
as you say that, on the point what you're saying, the plane, we've seen it at the tarmac and blow the fuck up. How the hell did it standing still building and it was just sitting there? Like, I'm stuck. Could somebody help me here, please?
Right.
Then it goes boom. What the fuck?
You know what actually caught my attention? Because I was watching, like I said, remember you had told me to watch it.
Yeah.
And I watched the first part. Only the first one.
Episode, yeah.
Right?
In the series,
I got bored of it, and I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I got bored of it because when they were showing all the shit that was happening in the very beginning.
Yeah.
While everything was live from the beginning of when, the plane lifted off from Boston or whatever, took off, got hijacked and all that shit. You heard the radio in and all that stuff. So when they finally crashed into the
towers,
the towers and stuff, and then what they went after that, they went straight back into how it possibly started. The beef started in 1979. I got fucking bored at that point.
Yeah. You know what? I'm glad you did.
That's when this shit got thick.
Right. But I'm glad that you bring that up because that will give our listeners and anyone who
say sleeping with the devil
who hasn't seen the series yet, give them a heads up that hey, first episode you might get bored or whatever, but I'm gonna tell you, keep watching. Watch the entire series because it gets better and better and deeper into the what?
Right.
Rabbit hole.
Like, I'm not done with it. I'm gonna watch it, but
yeah. No, I appreciate that perspective though. Really.
I was talking to my man Jonathan about this earlier. Shouts out TGB.
TGB.
I was talking to him earlier, and he had seen it, and he thought that I was kind of closed-minded to the whole situation because he had seen the whole thing too. And I told him, you know what, dude? With the research I've done and the shit that I already know about what 9/11 is really about, Turning Point.
The conspiracy.
To me, I was like, Turning Point to me is a bunch of bullshit to what they want you to believe. Like, this is the story that they want you to believe.
No, absolutely not.
That's
absolutely not the case.
That's how
Believe
I see
me.
it, though.
That's why you tell them to keep watching.
Yeah, because when you got government officials on a Netflix series,
government officials will tell you some bullshit too.
No, these are ex-government officials.
They got fired or they quit.
That's like the documentary I got about food. I got a documentary about meat and food, and it's like several ex-IRS agents that confirmed that the tax law is not a ratified constitutional law, so it's not legit.
Yeah,
it's not.
So it's the same thing, but he's saying
getting inside information
from true motherfuckers that work for the fucking government.
You spend the vast majority of your life fucking with a lawyer fighting him all the time. That's what it's about, though.
Well, that's why.
Right. I mean,
that's why either
we
they're
know
fired
the
or
truth
quit.
be told, he's a legal guy on our team right here.
Yeah.
You always have people that have a change of heart when it affects them.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Because understand, a lot of these bad scientists and shit like that, they become bad scientists because they try to keep somebody in their family,
right,
or try to help somebody in their family in that type of situation.
Right.
So when you look at FDA, being the food organization of our country, and how so many of them have come out and blown the whistle and telling people don't eat that shit.
Right.
And you got different people that are coming out lately. I mean, you got Mr. Thompson that talks about the MRA. You got all these people coming out talking about, the government did these guinea pigs here and done this here as an experiment to see what this does.
Right.
And the fact that everybody is still playing like, oh, our government wants to do nothing like that.
Just naive, or just not even naive, just more like
ignorant.
Just ignorant and
Stupid.
just like straight gullible ignorance. You know, they're
Straight
gullible.
stupid.
Here's my question to you about that. When people that were deeply in it, right, like the CIA agents, retired CIA agents or whatever, you know, decide to, oh, well, this is some bullshit and I want out of it. These people that come out later on, right? Do you think that these people just? I mean, I feel like if you had that type of information, especially if you're a CIA agent and shit like that, man, that means you're in it deep, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
When these people decide to come out later on and, you know, pretty much, you know, express their disdain for what really happened and start exposing shit, are those people pretty much saying, you know what, I don't give a fuck what happens to me at this point, people just need to know the truth? Is that what's going on here? Because I feel like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but key word in that you use is later on.
Right.
And 10 out of 10 times, it's when they're in their fucking deathbed.
Yeah,
so what the fuck are they gonna do?
True that.
Well, I mean, think about it.
At that point, you get a lot of death letters, and I promise, to my study, a lot of the family and a lot of the people these death letters have went to, they don't want to give out the truth.
Right.
That's why a lot of it hasn't come out, because all of them cats, when they get to their deathbed, that you got to understand. And I had to laugh with this the other day because somebody brought this up to me, because y'all know I don't do the Jesus religion thing. So, you know, when they are in their deathbed, they have that preacher or somebody there next to them telling them they need to get right with God.
Right.
And they know that's something weighing on their soul, their heart, and, you know, they don't have one, but they think they do. But in that, you know, they feel that, you know, this is something that's going to keep me out of heaven.
Right.
And they will divulge that shit. Bro, there is so many FBI, CIA agents, fucking, oh my gosh, astronauts, airplane pilots, Navy captains and shit like that. Like, bro, there's motherfuckers that have seen some shit, done some shit, and like it's like you got cats right now that come over here and have PTSD. What do you think them cats have?
Right.
Yeah, so check this out. Look, check this out. So within this series, and
these sad. Do you feel bad for them?
These individuals I'm talking about,
fuck them and let them die with fish.
Right, but these individuals I'm talking about, they are older, so they not necessarily on their deathbed, but they are older. And think about it, this series is just now coming out. No, for sure. And the series is just now coming out. When did 9/11 happen?
20 years ago.
Right, exactly. So it's been, they're that much older.
2 decades.
Right. And they were already in their whatevers, 40s, 50s, you know what I'm saying? So they're already older.
I mean, we have one thing also with the Patriot Act, and right before the Patriot Act, which made them really kick in the Patriot Act.
Bullshit.
We were at the point in history where we were at the 50 or 55-year mark. Okay, government has a tendency of stealing paperwork and classified shit for 50 years. We passed a bill a couple years before the 50-year mark saying that at the 50 year, put that shit public.
Right.
That's why the big push for these motherfuckers with all these goddamn body cams and all that other shit. You gotta drop that shit to the public.
Yeah.
Right. So the fact that it's called the Transparency Legal Publication Act or something like that, right?
Yeah, so, after 50 years.
After a certain amount, after 50 years, forever. But understand what was. But no, you got no, way worse than that, bro.
No,
you gotta look at what happened
first.
Oh, you got the killing of JFK.
Yeah.
You got 3 different wars that we started. You know what I'm saying? The fact that so many motherfucking leaders were killed between the 70s to the 80s, and then of course Reagan's fucking crack epidemic that he started.
Say
you know
no
what I mean?
to
Like,
drugs. Dare.
And I mean, because you gotta. That's what got Ricky Ross free.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, the topic is 9/11, and speaking related to everything you just said, and also in regards to 9/11.
Everybody out there light that weed up.
Right.
Yeah, light it up.
So, okay, I had heard something in regards to the Pentagon. Remember in 9/11 when the Pentagon got hit?
Yeah.
Fake.
I had heard, you know what I'm saying?
How that happened in the no-fly zone.
Well, I had heard that
Rabbit hole.
when it happened, that they eliminated a lot of those documents that you're talking about. So they didn't they didn't have to come out.
Okay. I was gonna wait to throw this out there.
I'm just saying.
They didn't want their ass to be showed.
The one thing that nobody has ever, except until no, I can't even say that because a lot of it's wrong. There's 3 things missing in all of this. 3 things, 3 big things actually in all of this, and that's the motherfucking plane.
Yes, I agree.
So in both towers,
there were 4 planes. So yeah,
which plane?
Exactly. In both towers, there was never an engine pulled out. There was never a tail section, no seats, no belts, no nothing. In the Pentagon, them motherfuckers fucked up right off the top and showed that shit. I mean, bruh, I've been in California for a long time. I lived in Placentia, California, and in a fucked up area where there's a lot of planes and shit. I've seen 3 plane crashes in my lifetime. Right. So in that, I've seen a small plane fly into a house. I've seen a big plane fly outside of a fucking football field and leave 200 fucking feet of fucking dug up ground. Right. With shit all over the place. And then I've seen one just fucking fall out there and fucking dart itself into the fucking ground.
Right.
And they all
3 of those, bro?
They all went kaboom.
But the 3 things with that, bro, the one thing that is always out there to tell that it was a fucking plane was a fucking engine.
Parts, wings, all that shit.
Yeah.
All that shit, bro. And no debris.
No debris.
They got the one in the field.
Plane sat in the side of the building like it was parked.
Yo, I just talked to to Jonathan. TGB.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that, Kev, because I remember your text. So we're gonna get to that in a minute. Go ahead, Big.
I'm just saying. I was just talking to him today about that, and he was just scoffing at me. I'm like, dude, these planes crashed to this fucking building. I didn't see no plane parts, no wings, no fucking engine, no nothing. I didn't see anything of this plane. I just saw a fucking explosion, and then the plane just fucking disappeared. There was nothing.
And let me speak on that real quick. And the reason I'm gonna speak on it is because not only did I watch this series on Netflix, but there was another documentary on 9/11 on Hulu. I watched a couple other ones where this one focused on, what we all about. The other one's focused on, the people, the survivors, the first responders and whatnot. But as you say that about the plane and the parts and all that, the first responders and these survivors, none of them talked about none of that either. The only one thing that I did hear was from an EMT who found somebody on the ground, and he claimed that he thought, well, I don't know if it was
jumped out the building.
No. They actually survived, but what happened was their body was ripped from their shoulder down to like their thigh or whatever, and they were saying it was the landing gear that did it. From the plane, but no one's talking about. They were talking about like the jet fuel that dripped into the elevators and killed people. Yeah, but they weren't. No one talked about, like you said, actual parts of the plane. Just to confirm what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
And then here's another thing about this turning point shit.
It was never an explosion.
I'm watching this shit, right? I'm watching this shit, and I'm like, where's all this fucking footage coming from that y'all didn't show us fucking several years ago?
Right.
Like, you guys got fucking planes and fucking these spy cams and shit everywhere showing every
all of a sudden
you guys got this fucking close-up shit. Like, where was all this shit back then? How is this shit out now?
It was all a mystery then.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, how did this happen?
Right.
Yeah.
How did this happen?
Well,
it's such a American tragedy. Fuck out of here.
The thing that I've been able to sit back, laugh, and see, because as you know me, I keep my full perspective. And it's been since the fact of people
tell the truth,
video camming with their fucking phones, right? So all of mine started on the day after my birthday, which is Roger King, right? The day I woke up after my birthday, long fucking night, I'm watching this fool get whooped on TV, right? I'm thinking it's a fucking movie, so I catch it later, thinking, oh, okay, this is an advertisement for a movie, and find out, oh, this thing's got his ass whooped. Found out it was a little video camcorder that somebody happened to have in their window. So in that, to me, no, they weren't riding by. This is when before the mobile video camera was. This is an old school VHS.
No, I'm saying,
you know what I'm saying? So
they were in the car, wasn't it? When they rode by a performance,
no. They was this is his apartment. Yeah. So basically, that was some pervert that was videotaping bitches at the beach and shit, walking down the street right there. You know what I'm saying? So he caught that. You know what I'm saying? And then as time has gone, bro, we've been able to show certain things that happen all the time that people are saying, oh, that shit don't happen. Right. So now we're fully to, as it came to the 9/11 thing, the whole thing that you cannot, well, you can find very few, but you cannot find the date of actual phone video. Right. You can't find any phone video of that shit happening.
They always delete it.
They make sure none of that shit is reached. If it is, it's some shit about the people running down the street with some ass shit on them. Other than that,
that's some scary shit that they can do that.
Yo, Kev, let me ask you
on your phone, and they can delete.
They control the media. They control the media, and it's not they control your phone. It's just they don't let it out past a certain area.
Come on, let me hear that sound, fellas. Give it to me. No, not that sound. That was bullshit. Give me the real sound. Come on. Beer and bullshit. Where y'all at?
Oh, my bad. You ready, Double B? Here you go. To the mic.
Oh, yeah. Beer and bullshit.
Beautiful sound. Hey, I got a quick question, man. Well, is it a question? I don't know. Comment, question, whatever. So, in these documentaries, they all had the same recordings. Whether it was about the first responders, the survivors, or the government and the military. Right.
That should tell you something right there. We already know that the media has recorded videos that go across the nation.
Yeah.
So they all say the same thing. They just word it in different ways sometimes.
Show you only what you need to see.
Check this out, though. What they kept playing on every single one of these documentaries that I watched was the audio from the what they call them, the flight
black box.
No, the tower. Right, the tower, the flight tower. And so they play the audio, and it's like two people talking, and they're saying on the first one, they're like, hey, flight, it was flight 11, I think was the first one.
Yeah, flight 11.
Right.
Flight 11.
So they're like, hey, flight 11, it's leaving course, they're not responding to us. And now it's descending, and this is all before it hits, right? And so then it hit, right? Okay, so, and then on the second...
right there. How long was the motherfucking plane descending?
Right.
Like, this is the type of shit I'm talking about.
That's just the first one. So then here comes the second one. They say, hey, and I want to say it was 75.
73.
73? No, 73 was Pennsylvania, wasn't it?
No, that was 93.
93, you're right. Okay, so 73, 75. So the second one is coming in, and they're saying the same thing, right? And it's just two people in the flight tower. So my question is...
Where's everybody else in the flight tower?
Well, and where's the military at?
That's my shit I've been saying. You're in a no-fly zone, motherfucker. Somebody's supposed to have been like, hey, we're going to need you to land that shit. We're going to shoot you down. Yeah. We're talking about
that last night. Virginia.
You cannot go in none of them areas.
That's my point.
Radars. It's a sensitive... It's a sensitive sensor.
You can.
It's a sensor. As soon as you cross that visible line, that shit goes through the fucking towers.
Right here. You can when all the military is in Virginia and Canada doing a war simulation.
Right.
Of exactly what just happened.
It's
So
crazy.
wait. What you're saying is they were. I'm gonna use my hand, my finger quotes.
Shout out.
There was a training exercise, psyop. All this was, Kev, you're saying all this was going down while the attacks happened?
Yep.
Deflection.
Okay. Distraction.
Yes, sir.
So they were distracted by choice
While other shit was going down.
while this was going down.
On purpose.
Right.
On purpose.
Intentional.
Because you got to understand, they were completely out of range.
POA.
Right.
Plan of action.
And just like JFK, right?
Plan of action.
And with the JFK thing, oh, I gotta call it back. With the JFK, hold on, y'all, real quick. Let me get rid of this real quick.
Do you think? Because
with
the point I'm gonna make
No.
is, you on, you off?
With the JFK thing, right? Normally, on the presidential car, there are 4 to 6 agents running alongside the car.
There was only 2.
There was none.
No, there was
JFK?
2. There was 2.
I
No,
thought I
They was
saw
in the
it.
There was
front.
none.
There was 2 in the front. There was none in the back.
In the video. I could have swore I've
Listen,
seen
There was
at
2 in
least
the front and none in the back.
Listen, listen. The 2 you're talking about were sitting in the car. There were no presidential. They run with a hand on the car.
Yeah, what he talking about is the outside fucking security escorts. There was none
Outside of the car.
No,
And
there
when
was
they're
none.
on public streets, it's 6 of them. And they run down the street like that motherfucking car is a coffin.
Yeah, they be right next to the motherfucker like they're part of the car.
Okay, I
There
gotta
was
circle
nothing
back.
there.
I gotta circle back real quick. Circle
Okay.
back to the point I made about the towers, and we all talked about that, and then you brought up the point about the training, the psyops.
Denied.
Wow. Oh wow. Okay.
This guy with this thing.
So the point I want to make is, if it wasn't intentional, if it was coincidental that they were doing this training psyop, what have you, at the same time the attacks happened, then why in all these documentaries I'm watching, they never
Nobody
mentioned
knew
that?
nothing.
No, they never even talked about it.
They can't.
The military didn't. Nobody said nothing. There was no mention of.
Called redaction.
There was no question of.
You can't ask a
Where was
question
the
if it. You can't ask a
military?
question if the facts
Bro,
are
you
redacted.
gotta remember how the CIA dusts people off. That shit be accident, suicide,
Yeah.
suicide by car accident,
Nigga
and
got an
two
injection in
shots
your
to the head and shit, and
heart
you
attack,
suicided yourself.
injection in your
I
fucking.
mean,
Heart attack,
yeah, motherfuckers
cardiac
kill you
arrest.
in restaurants and
You're
shit
in the
like that.
hospital for
Yeah,
some
bro.
regular shit, nigga, and you getting regular fucking what's that shit you get when you're
I mean, you
dehydrated?
I tell you what you go and look up. You go and look up. You go and look up the Clinton hit list.
Ooh boy.
Look up the Clinton hit list. All the enemies that the Clintons have had and that have can just blast them motherfuckers out dead.
Okay.
Suicide.
Missed
Okay.
in the next.
So I'm gonna circle back again. I'm gonna go back to the Netflix, the Netflix series. I already gave it out earlier, and I want to mention this because Kev brought up and Double B brought up when the killing leaders and whatnot. So there was, as I mentioned, Guantanamo Bay, the prisoners, the torture. They weren't given, a fair trial. Laws were broken.
Fair trial. They wouldn't give it no trial.
No trial. Laws were broken. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not condoning what they did or what have you. I'm just speaking on facts of how.
Do y'all understand what Guantanamo Bay really is?
Concentration camp.
Pretty much, yeah.
Concentration
It's a
camp.
black site.
Yeah.
No, it ain't a concentration site. It's
not
a black site.
It is. The black
So
side ain't nothing but a
basically-
concentration camp you don't know about.
No,
black site's
no.
worse.
No,
Yeah, it is worse. You're
No,
right.
no.
Worse.
No. Because on a black site, you can go to a black site. Motherfuckers can snatch your ass off the street
You
for
will
no
never
reason
be
at all.
found.
Put you in there, and you will never be seen again.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a fucking.
Ain't no fucking courts. Ain't no motherfucking judges. Ain't no motherfucking one phone call.
Yeah.
That's a dungeon.
So then later on, you have the after the search for weapons of mass destruction that were never found.
Bullshit.
And we all know this was a play on oil. And we'll all get into that. And I'm sure everyone will have their.
It ain't oil. Okay. Go ahead.
No. That's what. Okay, we want to hear that. But so we had the starting of the Iraq War, and you got Saddam Hussein, and the supposed weapons of mass destruction.
All the lies and
that was all during Bush. But then when Obama came in,
no, that was Bush number 1, Daddy. He started the shit.
Iraq War was his son. Bush.
No, Bush 1, niggas, round 1.
Yeah, no,
Iraq War.
No,
okay, I'm talking about post 9/11. I'm talking about post 9/11.
But you gotta go where it started.
We can, but I was referring to post 9/11, second Bush, Iraq War.
All bullshit.
Right, but the point.
Excuse me, all bullshit.
Right. But after that, you had when Obama came in, he started with the drone bombings.
Yeah, for Osama bin Laden.
Right, and the problem with that was
innocent children and shit getting killed.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Dismembered and shit.
Oh my goodness, it was just like
I watch a bunch of different movies and shit to show that shit.
I'm saying, like, bro,
that's just
you know how much flack I got from my own. You know how much flack I got from my own family members and my fellow, black, or melanated people about. I used to be like, hey man, Obama's trash, nigga. This nigga's no better than fucking Bush or any of these niggas. As a matter of fact, he's in cahoots with these niggas because they're all fucking, a part of the same fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Fraternity.
The same fraternity, the same fuck. Nigga, they in this together. You don't become
same
the president.
Skull and Bones
you are
crew.
not the president unless you're part of the bloodline. He's a part of that fucking bloodline. Okay? And you know what I'm saying?
Very sad, true fact.
Listen, you know how much shit I got? Niggas was out there like, man, you ain't shit.
Yeah, because we got into it a couple times. Remember? I was like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
We got free phones and shit.
Dude,
but
I'm like,
it goes deeper than that, folks.
Like, dude, Obama was ass. He was trash. He was no better than Bush or any of these motherfuckers. He was all a part of it. Nigga, he had a job to do, and he did it. Period. Nigga, period.
Position, puppet.
You know what I'm saying? Period.
I don't even want to go in on that fool because we'll be here all night.
I know we will.
He don't like Obama
I
at
know
all.
we will. I know we will.
That nigga and Michael. Him and Michael and shit, they the first transgender couple to be in the White House, and it had to be some black folks. So what does that make black folks look like? Y'all look like a bunch of gay ass motherfuckers out there.
Michelle Obama.
Yeah. Yo.
I've already showed you that.
What was the name of that lady? I can't remember her name. It was this white lady, man. She used to be on.
Joan Rivers.
Is that her name? She was talking about how fucking Obama's wife was a man, and then she was dead.
Bitch died next week.
They got rid of her ass.
Bitch died next week. You gotta understand. And Joan Rivers is one of them, like Johnny Carson, and Joan Rivers has been around for a while, and she's always been a raw, tell the truth type bitch.
Right.
So the way that she dropped that is like she drops everything else, and everybody knew. Oh, that bitch is not lying.
Yeah, real shit.
She was dead 2 weeks later with throat cancer.
Can
we circle back? I've been circling back quite a bit. But can we circle back, Kev? Because when I said the play for oil, you was like, nah.
You said it wasn't about oil. Yeah, elaborate on that.
Yeah, please.
I'd like to hear this.
Hey. It's gonna be. Comes to fucking theory.
Let me get MadVerblz on these sound effects over here. Killing it tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
on this Afghanistan
about to drop some facts on y'all.
This guy with my government name and everything.
Hey, what you scared of? Huh? Your city's
nothing,
royal.
Marcus.
Hey, nope, say it right.
Marquez.
It's Marquez in French, Marquez in Espanol.
And his middle name is Drenay.
A strong defender of mankind. My first name means a warrior for
Kevin don't like it, but it's Jesus' righteousness. I fight mildly till death. So bring it on, government, because I ain't scared of shit.
I don't use my slave name. I don't use my slave name. Fuck that.
Well, my slave name means something spiritually.
I love the diversity
SSI, baby.
of our host.
Intellect.
I love the diversity of our hosts because we got these different perspectives. Come, Big Kev, break them down.
Well, hey, on a different note, on a straight intellectual note, that nigga's crippin'. You already know, nigga, I'm too whoop.
Right.
So we on a real elevated level.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got mad diversity. We represent.
I grew up in the Bloods. He grew up in the Crips.
We got black
so
and
we
brown.
ain't about that bullshit, folks.
Come
we
on,
really
man.
international, multicultural, spiritual street intellect, positive energy, elevating our
no
community.
No borders, no boundaries, no limits, no gimmicks.
Band of brothers.
Yeah, go for it, Kev.
All right. Now, what we're looking at, I know how you guys are looking at the oil. The oil is Iran.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Iraq was
so
the gold,
the oil. No. Iran and Iraq. Yeah, Iraq has some gold and a little bit of oil, right? But they actually, reason why Iraq got crushed out is because Afghanistan. Now, the reason why Afghanistan is up and like it is poppy.
Oh,
the heroin. That's right. We talked about it in the last.
You gotta understand.
That Kush, not only the poppy,
yeah.
the Kush too. That's where Kush come from.
The
Kush weed comes from Afghanistan.
And that is a minimal ass part of it. You're talking about
hashish.
No.
He talking about that
but
real
understand.
Shit, he talking about that shit that's making the world go fucked up.
Yeah.
The real hashish has opium in it.
Yes, it does. That's why we were sleeping, Franco.
True.
So understand when you talk about the opium production, Afghanistan has been the #1 place since the 50s.
Decade.
They show it on the on that series I'm talking about on Netflix. They show it.
Now understand this: 98% of their economy is made through opium. So over here, you got people going to prison for growing a weed plant in their closet.
Weed seed, fuck a plant.
While the CIA is over there trafficking poppy right back over here.
That's crazy.
Wait,
everywhere else.
Hey, Kev, are you sure you didn't fucking direct that Netflix series?
Oh, I'm positive.
I'm pretty sure
I'm positive.
I'm just saying he ain't gonna direct no bullshit.
No, it wasn't bullshit, bro.
That shit is bullshit.
You haven't even seen the whole thing. How can you call it bullshit?
Now I'm gonna tell you why. I'm with Double B. 'Cause all of a sudden you got all these close-up fucking footages of shit that you didn't know nothing about supposedly when it fucking happened.
But there is no.
You gotta look at that perspective.
I'll give you that.
I got what you saying. It's some true shit, but
no one else is doing that shit.
But who is the motherfucker behind this shit for real?
Behind what?
The whole fucking whole video.
Well, I don't know. I gotta look.
The Zionist Jews run every fucking aspect of entertainment, anything. Nigga, they approved of this shit to be out there, which means that there's some truth to it, but not all of it.
Yep.
I would agree to it. All I'm saying is there's no other documentary out there.
Oh, revealing anything of any sort.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, well let me help you. Let me help you figure that out. The reason why there's only one.
Here he goes again.
The reason why there is only just one narrative of it is so everybody can follow that one narrative. Understand, a lie is told singular first. And if everybody catches on to it and follows it, hey, we're all good here.
Right.
Double B is correct. They will tell you some truth, but then lie about it in the end. This guy right
Gotta applaud that truth you tell
somebody
him, brother.
Somebody take his button away.
Gotta applaud that truth because ain't nobody else going to.
The fact of and they do this now this is why we're all seeing the bullshit because we're actually thinking like grown men and grown adults, because you can't tell me a little bit of it and then lie in the end and think that little lie wasn't going to get caught.
Right.
Or I'm not going to have logical thought to think of past that, or be thinking on the same line when you come and tell the truth. I happen to know the whole truth, but then now you're going to lie about it in the end?
Well, let me speak on that real quick. The reason I'm gonna speak on it is because the ending of the series is not from the perspective of America, but from the perspective of a Muslim who was shut down from trying to open a mosque at the site
because of the racism.
Well, obviously, but hear what I'm saying. And I'm gonna need everyone to watch the whole damn series.
I will. I'm not saying I'm gonna watch it.
What is that, nigga?
I'm not sure what that was, but I'm gonna.
That was me. My bad.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna need everyone to watch the whole series, and I understand, and I know because we're all on the same page. But what I'm saying is, you gotta give props where props is due, and in the perspective from this series,
or just divulging information.
And the way they ended it on the note of the Muslim, not of America's perspective. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
And this is a Muslim who attempted to open a mosque at the site of the Twin Towers, that are not there anymore, and he was shut down.
Well, yeah, because that's government property. That's federal property.
No, you're not even seeing the symbolism of that.
Now, fuck the symbolism. I'm on the political part, but go ahead with it.
Stop. What does the Twin Towers represent to America?
That's a good question. What did they represent?
Financial stability.
I'm about to say that's where all the gold was at.
The two Twin Towers are supposed. No, ain't no gold in that motherfucker. The two Twin Towers are supposed to be the pillars.
That's what it was. Excuse me.
They were supposed to be the pillars. Yes, they were supposed to be the pillars of American domination.
Right.
American domination.
Right.
Wow.
Once they knock that down, now it's just like knocking a flag. That's like crossing the line in the dirt. We crossed the line and they done stepped over it. And that's just what the whole reason Bush was trying to come back, that Brock brought up earlier, the fact that this congresswoman stopped that. They were trying to go to war so we can get control of the poppy. How do we do that? We go over here early, dethrone their president by starting and kicking it with who? The Taliban.
Yep.
She didn't stop it.
We teach them how to fight. We teach them how to get their shit and everything else like
Give
that.
them weapons.
We set this little plan up. We set this whole little jinx up.
Listen,
and then
what he just said,
once we commence it,
Fahrenheit 9/11.
All we gotta do is tell the people, hey, this is how it happened. And I mean, we've all been around, and I'm gonna say it like this. We've all been around that white boy that we caught in a lie that he does the Rodney Dangerfield on. In other words, he's looking at you all crazy, like, hey, wait, I didn't do that shit. And he knows, motherfucker, we finna beat your ass, dude. We just watched our government do that song and dance, but there's so many motherfuckers out here that are scared of dark-skinned people. Because in my eye, I'll keep it a buck. I'll keep it a fucking buck. The reason why I don't give them no fucking slack and I don't give a fuck about it. Because that shit's been going through my people for over 500 fucking years.
That's what I told the
fact that now they're gonna do somebody else like that, man, fuck that.
Yesterday,
now you know what the
LAPD.
fuck it's like. Yep. So my thing is this: now that everybody's seeing what the fuck it's like that we're being treated like, why ain't everybody coming together like butt cheeks and we just end this shit and go ahead and start?
And that's like yesterday, I banged the LAPD right around the corner with some of that old bullshit.
1,000%. Really?
Straight up.
That's why Trump, he organized and had that treaty signed with the Taliban. With the Taliban and the Afghan government.
So there's you say that. You ever watch the
That's
SEAL?
how the Taliban took over Afghanistan now.
You ever watch SEAL? I always tell you to watch this shit on Channel 2. They don't tell all of it, but it's from perspective of motherfuckers that was actually there with doing that shit. So dude from Bones plays like that shit right there is covering a show and a whole bunch. But Kev, you know what I'm talking about because the shit he talking about, I be watching it on that show. They be doing some shit and afterwards, the brothers, the SEAL team, they be like having to encourage each other, you know what I'm saying? Because they be fucked up.
Because America's a motherfucker.
America's fucked up.
America is
you
a
gotta
motherfucker.
understand.
So that's why I said America, when has it ever been great?
Hasn't.
Our military
Wasn't built
is
on
the
MAGA these nuts. MAGA these nuts.
Our military is strictly the heavy hand of the Queen. Don't let anybody tell you that we are not connected to that shit.
Hey,
Just
Kev.
because we don't call the president a king and all that shit like that, bro, we are the head knight to that shit.
Guess what I've been saying forever? This is not America. It's what, Franco? Say it for me.
What, Great Britain?
Euro America.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about the foundation of the fucking nation,
They were colonists, nigga, from Britain.
it was Britain threw away all their fucking
Criminals.
criminals from prison and all that. But the key point is criminals and motherfuckers were from Britain.
Europe.
Right.
Euro America.
Exactly.
The 13 colonies are built by our ancestors, but them white motherfuckers was the ones that popped up on the coastline of the Atlantic Ocean, nigga, started Jamestown.
I'm gonna play my song "Conspiracy Theory."
Them motherfuckers came in starving.
Kev, I don't think you heard the song yet. I don't
Say that again, Kev. What you said?
I said the first motherfuckers that came over here hit the shores and starved.
Straight up.
Keep that a fuck.
Okay.
Keep that a fuck. Because the thing that I really get at white folks about, because they want to talk that bullshit. Let me just end that. And I'll slide it to you, Brock. These Europeans, one, like Brock said, they were all fucking ex-cons. They were promised a new life and a new beginning, right? So in that, they get to come over here. They get to come, but you come over here. I don't care. And I'll put it like this, because we're street. We're the only ones that can go out of our area and survive. You can't take one of these white boys from the suburbs and drop him off in the hood and think he's gonna survive.
Gobbled up like Pac-Man.
So understand, when they came over here, they didn't eat, because the whole Thanksgiving thing, I mean, bro, you know how far that goes. The whole Thanksgiving thing and the smallpox and all that other shit like that. Like, these are the
Black Plague.
Creatures. My peoples.
Black Plague was the most recent.
They wiped out 90% of my people.
Yeah, with the blankets.
People. They are diseased people. Them themselves are fucking vermin.
Yeah.
And the fact that
Get mad, folks.
they've been able to, they have swindled power. They haven't earned it. They haven't conquered it. They have swindled power. And now they have gotten to a position, the only way they're holding on to it is to continue a lie, but the lie is being called out. Like I said, we're at the Wizard of Oz, homeboy, and we don't pull back the curtain and his pants down. This motherfucker's sitting up here assed out. We could have tapped him cheeks.
Because he ain't nobody but a regular motherfucker.
Beer and bullshit.
Give it to him.
Okay.
Beer and bullshit.
Play that song.
Hey, so I wanted to say, I got a song called Conspiracy Theory, and I need you to hear it, bro, because I do my best to break shit down. And we gonna play it on the podcast. But the thing is,
play it right now.
I got it.
You Bluetooth?
I'm not sure if I have it here, but the thing is that in that song,
I need all that in the file so I can get that album out.
Yeah, no doubt. I talk about the Denver airport, and yeah.
Don't even get me into that.
The Denver airport.
The airport?
Yeah. Don't even get me into that.
McCann Airport.
Where from the sky
and all that shit and all the murals they got of how they about to fuck the entire
from the sky. This shit is designed as a swastika. Well, guess what? I put in my song.
Wait, hold on. You need to say it again so they can hear you.
From the sky, you can see the image of a swastika. That's
cracker ass motherfucking America KKK.
I break down all that imagery.
So let me tell you what's under it. Let me tell you what's under it.
Hold on. Hold on. I wasn't done yet.
Oh, my bad.
I wasn't done yet.
Hey, we are on right now.
Yeah, because I was going to talk about the underground bunkers, but even more importantly than the underground bunkers, Queen Elizabeth has property just outside of the Denver airport where she can access those bunkers.
Right.
Yep.
That's some scary shit.
Bunkers, man. Cities, nigga. They got niggas down there. They got clones and shit. They got what you need. Hey, listen. Man, that shit, nigga. There's 2 airports out there. One ain't being used. Which is, one ain't being used.
Que pasa, Holmes?
That's the Denver airport, I believe.
Hold on, Essay. Hold on, Holmes. Hold on, Holmes. What the fuck you mean they don't use it?
They're not using it.
They don't use half the airport. They only use 2 fucking runways in the whole airport.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, half of that other airport, like I said, when you understand what's under that motherfucker, there's a city up under that motherfucker, and I might go to jail for even saying that shit right there because I delivered to that motherfucker. So in that stitch, nigga, they take your phone at the gate, so you can't take no pictures and shit down there. If I could find it, I'll send it to you.
What the fuck?
You know me, I always got 2 phones. Yes, I always keep 2 phones.
Hey, get back to 9/11 right quick though.
Oh no! Hold on, no! Rabbit hole is open, nigga. Don't be playing. Don't be playing, nigga.
Keep in mind.
No, but I mean, hey, this is part of the dots connected too with the conspiracy of it all.
Well, hold on, real quick.
With that, because
Kev, hold on, real quick, because remember, we got our top 5. We got to figure that one out. We got our sports segment. And I'm gonna go.
TJ Watts, nigga.
He said we not gonna get that.
Listen, it's okay for some of our shit.
If we don't get to the top 5 in the sports segment, we all right. This is too deep. Fuck the sports segment in top 5.
All right, so Kev, go back to what you're saying. I'm gonna go grab the conspiracy theory song because we're gonna play that in a minute.
For sure.
All right.
You motherfuckers is not ready for this SSI shit. Spiritual Street Intellect. Acronym for SSI, because that's what we give y'all.
The fact that all these dots connect, and you just have to know when and where to connect them, is where we fall to the conspiracy type shit, right? So in that, you gotta put your tinfoil kufi on once in a while and really step back and look at it. Because if you don't, because you gotta put the timeline.
Hold on, nigga. Hold on, brother. That nigga said. That nigga said.
You got niggas over here dying.
That nigga said. I can't even get it together right now. Hold on. Time out. That nigga said, put on your tinfoil kufi.
Real shit.
Oh my God, that's fucking classic, nigga. I love it.
Ready. Go ahead.
Hey.
So, once you put, if you put a calendar together and get chronological with it, and it's funny because a lot of people tell me I be tripping because I be fucking with Alex Jones and a couple other motherfuckers that they've called true conspiracy cats. But
right.
How I've understood how shit goes, I was always taught, never believe what somebody say,
right.
Only believe half of what you see on TV, right. If not nothing of what you see on TV.
Pretty much, yeah.
and
television.
And
you know that's what TV is.
A third of what you read, and the truth is 9 times out of 10 in a movie, you gotta be able to decode it.
Oh yeah. Subliminal messages and the things that they do. They're always
the Matrix.
What did they say, Kev? They put everything in plain sight. Motherfuckers just don't catch it, or if they catch it, they don't give a fuck about it.
Because it's entertainment.
Right.
They dumbasses.
Because the thing is this. And I'm glad Dub just brought that up because that is a big thing with the white supremacy thing.
Yes,
when you talk that,
they don't hide
now,
shit.
Man,
they don't hide nothing.
Hold on, because I'm gonna take this a little flip flop. Because with your spiritual war that we're having, also, right? There is a thing when you get to the universe called karma, right? So they lessen their karma a little bit by telling you straight out, hey, I'm fixing to fuck you up.
Right.
But the fact that we're so fucking dumb and blind, we still walk in there like, okay, and to where the karma on them isn't all the way fucked up.
Real shit.
Because a lot of the shit that's happening right there to them that's bad is shit that they didn't say shit about,
Right.
but we knew about. And it's just like